flashes of lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder, and a great earthquake, such as there had never been since mankind was on the earth. So severe was that earthquake. The great city was split into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. Revelation 16:18-19. As you hear these powerful prophetic words, what stirs within you? Do you sense a deep, uneasy emotion, an almost hypnotic realization that these ancient verses might not merely be historical text, but rather a profound warning for our time? America, we've seen increasing disasters, earthquakes shaking our very foundations, storms ravaging our cities, and uncertainty gripping our hearts. Are these events mere coincidences, or are they resonating echoes of Revelation's vivid prophecy? Let this moment awaken your consciousness, stirring a powerful, undeniable reflection. Picture clearly in your mind the devastating reality depicted in these verses. Feel the emotion, embrace the urgency, and ask yourself honestly, is it possible we're living within the echoes of these ancient warnings right now? This question is yours alone to answer. Let it guide you toward a deeper understanding of our times, our choices, and ultimately, our collective destiny. Building on the powerful imagery from Revelation, let us delve deeper into the striking parallels between ancient prophecy and our present-day reality. Picture vividly in your mind the harrowing images of recent natural disasters. Remember the devastating earthquakes shaking Turkey to its very foundations, the catastrophic tremors tearing through Japan, and Haiti left tragically shattered. Allow the emotional resonance of these scenes to stir within your heart. Imagine the desperation, the fear, and the sorrow felt by those who lost everything in mere moments. Now connect these emotional experiences to a broader pattern, increasingly evident across our planet. Natural disasters are no longer rare occurrences, but have become disturbingly frequent. Feel the growing tension as hurricanes grow fiercer, floods overwhelm cities, wildfires consume vast lands, and pandemics like COVID-19 spread globally, leaving devastation in their wake. Can you feel the urgency, the hypnotic pull of Revelation's warning resonating clearly through our modern crises? This undeniable surge in catastrophic events begs the haunting question: could we be living through the very times prophesied in the Bible? Let this possibility echo deeply within your consciousness. Consider carefully how these events align remarkably with the descriptions vividly outlined in ancient scripture. Feel the chilling yet compelling truth in this alignment, creating an undeniable call for attention, reflection, and awareness. As these parallels grow clearer, let yourself be drawn into a profound state of reflection. This is not merely a theoretical discussion, it is a powerful wake-up call to each one of us. Feel the weight of responsibility and awareness intensifying within you, urging you to acknowledge the seriousness of our current global condition. Is it possible that these events are precisely the signs we've been warned about? Signs designed to awaken humanity before it's too late. Now more than ever, we must recognize this moment as a transformative opportunity. Allow yourself to deeply internalize the emotions evoked by this revelation, to sense the hypnotic call to action that these comparisons inspire. Imagine clearly the path forward, a choice between continued ignorance and mindful awakening, between passive observation and decisive change. Let the prophetic words of Revelation guide your thoughts toward meaningful introspection and powerful action. The choice before us is clear. Will you remain passive or rise with conviction to shape a brighter future? The answer lies within your heart. Embrace it courageously and consciously. Building upon our earlier reflections, America, let us now look inward, deep into the human heart and its persistent resistance to divine guidance. Recall vividly the warnings of Scripture about humanity's inherent disobedience. Imagine clearly how we've progressively distanced ourselves from core moral values, relentlessly pursuing material possessions, status, and temporary pleasures at the expense of deeper truths and spiritual connection. Feel within yourself the uncomfortable realization of this truth. How our collective selfishness and materialism have caused us to drift further and further away from the grace and guidance that Scripture continuously offers. The Bible has persistently warned us about this dangerous trajectory, urging us repeatedly to return to humility, compassion, and faithfulness. Yet visualize for a moment the current state of our society, a society increasingly divided, obsessed with fleeting gratifications, and noticeably indifferent to ethical principles and spiritual accountability. Can you deeply sense the emotional weight of this observation? Allow this awareness to sink into your consciousness, realizing how profoundly our negligence impacts not just ourselves, but the fabric of society itself. Ask yourself sincerely and reflectively, are we truly listening to these powerful warnings? Or are we consciously choosing to ignore the obvious signs placed before us? This is not merely a rhetorical question, America. It is a hypnotic call to self-awareness, urging each one of us to honestly assess our personal and collective actions. Consider thoughtfully how many times we have turned a blind eye, pretending not to see or understand the gravity of our choices, while simultaneously questioning why our world continues to face increasing turmoil. Allow yourself to feel the depth of this moment. Picture the consequences clearly, our collective indifference inevitably bringing us closer to crisis. Feel the urgent need for introspection and radical transformation. It is precisely our willingness or refusal to heed these warnings that shapes our destiny. Let this realization deeply permeate your heart and mind, becoming a catalyst for change. This powerful moment calls not merely for acknowledgement, but for action. Will we remain in complacency, or will we courageously step forward, choosing consciously to embrace moral clarity and spiritual renewal? The time for casual indifference has passed. It is now crucial that we ask ourselves truthfully, have we truly listened, or are we still ignoring the obvious signs? Connected deeply to our previous reflections, let this be a moment of powerful awakening. Allow yourself to fully grasp the emotional truth. Disasters, tragedies, and crises are not mere random events. They are urgent wake-up calls, powerful signals compelling us to reconsider the way we live. Picture vividly the reality we now face and recognize within yourself the undeniable truth that these events provide profound opportunities for transformation. Feel the hypnotic call for change stirring deeply within your spirit, inviting you to choose a better, more conscious path before it is too late. Right now, at this very moment, let your heart and mind resonate with the profound realization that our collective fate depends entirely upon our willingness to awaken from complacency. Visualize clearly the potential that lies within this moment, an opportunity not merely to survive, but to thrive spiritually, morally, and emotionally. Disaster does not have to be the end. It can be the transformative beginning. Feel the compelling urge to ask yourself, courageously and honestly, are you ready to wake up now, to change your path, and to embrace this urgent call for renewal? This awakening demands deep introspection, America. Let it prompt you to question your values, your priorities, and your everyday actions. Today, right here and right now, is the perfect opportunity to reflect profoundly on your life and return wholeheartedly to the obedience, love, and ethical integrity that God consistently calls us toward. Imagine clearly how your life, your family, and your community would transform if each of us committed to this path of genuine spiritual renewal. Feel the strength, clarity, and hope that emerges from this newfound awareness. Allow this emotional truth to inspire and empower you. Let it motivate you to break free from the chains of indifference and embrace an authentic, conscious life rooted in compassion, humility, and faithfulness. America, we are not powerless victims of fate. We possess the incredible ability to change our destiny through intentional choices and deliberate actions. Now more than ever, let your soul awaken to this profound responsibility. Embrace the motivation this realization provides, compelling you to move forward confidently and purposefully. You have within you the power to create meaningful change. Will you answer this call to awakening, seize this moment of grace, and become the person, the nation that God intended? The choice is yours. Make it courageously, consciously, and now. Building seamlessly from our powerful awakening, let us now ground ourselves firmly in practical wisdom that will guide our daily actions. Allow these words to deeply resonate within your heart and mind. Live consciously and wisely. Imagine clearly how your life transforms when you embrace mindfulness, being fully aware, present, and intentional in every moment. Let the emotional truth of this awareness empower and guide you toward decisions that are both spiritually fulfilling and ethically responsible. Reflect profoundly each day on the invaluable gift of gratitude. Feel the hypnotic and transformative power of thankfulness, not just in special moments, but in the ordinary, everyday blessings that often go unnoticed. Visualize yourself deeply appreciating each breath, each moment spent with loved ones, and every small act of kindness. Allow gratitude to reshape your outlook, filling your heart with joy and resilience even amidst challenges. Embrace and extend compassion actively, loving those around you genuinely and openly. Imagine vividly the harmony and peace that flow naturally from a heart filled with sincere appreciation and unconditional love. Moreover, recognize the profound responsibility we hold towards our environment. Let this realization stir a deep emotional commitment within you to care deeply and act responsibly toward nature. Visualize yourself making choices that reflect respect and sustainability, understanding that our collective future depends significantly on these conscious decisions. Picture clearly a world thriving through your mindful stewardship, a legacy you proudly leave to future generations. Finally, center your heart and mind firmly upon God, anchoring your faith in divine strength and wisdom. Feel deeply the powerful reassurance that comes from a strong, unwavering belief. Allow your soul to draw strength from this divine connection, giving you the courage and clarity needed to overcome any challenge. Visualize clearly how turning your heart consistently toward God brings an unmatched peace, purpose, and power into your daily experiences. Let these words of wisdom not merely inspire you, but hypnotically transform your daily life. Embrace them fully, consciously choosing to live awake and wise, deeply grateful, compassionate, environmentally responsible, and spiritually connected. Let your heart and mind be guided by this practical, empowering advice every day. Together, we can create a life and a nation that truly reflects the best of what humanity and divine wisdom can achieve. Embrace fully the profound realization that the warnings found within the Bible are not meant to instill fear, but rather to awaken us spiritually, emotionally, and morally. Picture vividly these ancient prophecies as powerful, positive calls for personal transformation, designed specifically to guide us toward a brighter, more meaningful future. Feel the emotional strength and clarity this awareness brings, empowering you to shift your perspective from fear to hopeful preparation.